friends, it's another work from home vlog, but this is going to be a full long one because there's a lot going on today. Of course, I'm going to do the work that pays me, but I'm also going to do the work that serves me. That means I'm doing a full apartment reset, refreshing my bedding, sweeping and mopping the floors, deep cleaning my shower because it's getting gnarly, take my laundry to the laundromat, empty my garbage, and lastly, of course, do my dishes. Also, today I'm making some lemon curd cookies to take to my daughter when I see her tomorrow. Always good to bring homemade, fresh baked goods to a college student. They always love that. And additionally, I have to do a month in review. There's some things I did, movies I saw, and I want to talk about all of that today. But first, we got to get to cleaning. And I'm doing this today because I'm not going to be available this weekend. Obviously, I'm going to see my daughter tomorrow. Sunday, I might be hanging out with my sister. But in the morning, I still got to do my hair. It's a lot of things I got to do. So I'd rather do the deep cleaning today. So in order to get started, let's light some candles, get the aura into like just really good mood, bring the good vibes, and take the, I don't know, 45 minutes or so it's gonna take to clean my apartment. You wanna do this in real time? Maybe we'll do this in real time. Okay, so because I have this meeting on Zoom and I have to be on camera, I'm going to get myself dressed. 3, 2, 1, hey. Here we go. So I'm gonna turn this off. I have about 10 minutes or so to my meeting. I'm gonna do some work and I'll catch you guys lunchtime. mostly sheets. But let's get them washed. It is freezing. It is about 15 degrees, so it's cold. And don't even let me tell you what the real feel is. I don't have gloves on, but I keep it in my pocket because, damn. But I'll tell you this, look how beautiful it is. The snow looks pretty in the park, not on the street. Okay, so I was out for about 45 minutes. Good walk. I don't know how many steps I got. I don't know, let's see. How many steps did I get? 3,760. Not very much. It says I burned 1,400 calories. Absolutely not. So, I'm gonna eat my lunch now. I have 15 minutes till I have to get back to work. So I'm eating salmon and some cauliflower and broccoli mix. I'm gonna eat this, get back to work, and after I log off from work, I'll come back because I want to talk to you about how this month went and what I hope for next month, okay? Guys, you see this light coming in my bathroom? The back of my apartment. It's not as bright as it is in the video, but look at the light coming into the bathroom. Look at that. I love it. You can't tell, but it's very yellow and glowy, and I love it. I love this time of the day when the light comes in the back room. Okay, so guys, my work day is done. It is 5:15, and I am glad to say that I'm done. I had some mishaps early in the morning with work, with the calendar, but Zoom was not working properly. I seriously hope they don't think it was my fault because I can't make Zoom work. But anyway, I wanted to talk to you guys about the month. But anyway, so one of the goals for 2026 for me is to watch 104 movies for the year. I don't know why 104 was the number. It was 2 per week. That's why. That makes sense. But I can tell you that I did successfully watch 8 movies that were on my list. I actually watched a couple more, but I watched on my list of movies, I watched 8. And so we're going to talk about the 8 I watched. Starting from the first one going up. And I'm going to give just a quick review of what I thought of it. The first one was Inglourious Basterds. That's on the list. I have to say that Quentin Tarantino, to me, I don't connect very well with his films. That is not to say that I think they're bad, because I think they're all interesting. And I also think the characters are interesting, but I have difficulty connecting to them. I have difficulty really seeing through their eyes. It's, for me, a Quentin Tarantino movie is just me watching a film as a third party, watching things happen, and I'm just really not invested in it. This was one of the ones. I do have to say that Christopher Waltz, whatever his name is, my downstairs neighbor is playing music. His performance, Christoph Waltz, I think is his name. His performance was amazing. I really wanted to punch him in the throat many times. But the way he looks at people, the way he was staring into people's eyes as he was talking to them, letting them know, I know you're full of shit. And he was amazing. I was really so impressed with his performance. I know Brad Pitt's in it, and they consider it a Brad Pitt movie, but it's a Christoph Waltz movie for sure. But the content is interesting a little bit. I don't know, I could not connect with it on an emotional level, and I guess I just watched it just to watch it, and it's okay. But my favorite part is Christoph Waltz. Everything else I didn't care about. So the next one is Blade Runner. I know this is a cult classic, and I'm talking about the original, not 2049 or whatever that is. Yeah, it's a cult classic. I did watch it. I found it very interesting. I'm not really into, I guess you could call this fantasy or whatever. The group it's in, the genre it's in is not a genre of mine, favorite of mine. And a lot of these movies are like that. That's why they're on this list, because I haven't seen them, even though they're all like classics and movies people say you have to see. But this is another one that I was like, okay, all right, it's interesting. I didn't really care. I did not care. You know, it was a very dark world, a very disturbing world. But again, I just couldn't get into it. Again, not a bad film, just not something I found very interesting. Next one is There Will Be Blood. Now, we all know that Daniel Day-Lewis is masterful. He is by far one of the best actors ever, I think. And I'm so glad he picks and chooses his films. This film was interesting to me because I'm not sure exactly what the story was. There's a part of the story where they're digging for oil, and then the other part about his with him and his son and what happens to his son and his reaction to it. And I think it's, his name is his name Daniel Plano, I think is in it. He was creepy as heck, and you know, the religious tones of the movie were really creepy. And it was interesting, and just watching Daniel Day-Lewis act is just, it was kind of like with Inglourious Basterds and Christoph Waltz for me. It was like, I just want to see Daniel Day-Lewis. That's it. And it was interesting. It's unfortunate the way they treated his son. And I felt bad for the boy, and I felt bad for, but there was the times then too, you know. But again, I didn't feel really, it just wasn't interesting to me. Let me not say that one about this one. It actually was interesting. And the thing is, Daniel Day-Lewis made it interesting to me. And wanting to see, at first I thought he was going to be a bastard to his son from go, and he wasn't. He loved his son. He had his son as a part of it, and it was just what happened to his son. I'm going to try not to give spoilers out, but what happened to his son happened. I didn't like the reaction to it. But then again, I have to think of the times that we were in, and it's not current times. So people didn't know how to deal with what his injuries were. So I get that, and that made me kind of sad. But I'm not sure what the story was. If the story was about his relationship with his son, then okay, cool. But I feel like there were like two or maybe even three stories going on in this film. And maybe that's why I'm just kind of not 100% about it. I love Daniel Day-Lewis. I just wasn't sure what the story was. Fourth movie was American History X. Now, this is the first one I have to tell you, yo, bro. I never hated Edward Norton so much in my life in the beginning. I was like, what? And of course, obviously, it has to do with racism. And so I'm always going to be on the side of, you're a racist asshole. But it was more than that. And I really wish they would have delved deeper into his transition. Again, I'm going to try not to say what happens in the movie. But I see what happened with certain people in the film and his relationship to them, and why he might have started to transition. But his feelings throughout the movie were very strong, and I wasn't sure if it was believable that this one main connection made him change who he was. It just seemed like it was, I don't know. I don't know if I buy it. That being said, the movie was really good. And it's the fact that Edward Furlong's in it, it's only the second movie I've seen him in. I don't think I've seen him in a movie as an adult. I saw him in Terminator 2 a long time ago. But seeing him in it was good, and seeing how I want to call them the skinheads, just engaged with each other was expected. I liked Edward Norton's character and his acting. I have no issue with it. I'm just not sure I buy how they explained it. And if they did, I wish it would have gone a little bit deeper. So that's what I say about that. Again, it was a good movie. This was actually probably one I liked the most out of the 4 so far. The 5th one is completely different, and it's at Grand Budapest Hotel. Now, if you know anything about me, I'm not a fan of comedies because I don't find most comedies funny. Slapstick doesn't get me. I'm more of I say slapstick doesn't get me, but I'm a huge Jim Carrey fan, so excuse me. But I like comedy, but I like more realistic comedy. I like sarcasm, I think, and the funny end of sarcasm. I love it. Like, I love Dorothy from Golden Girls because hello, sarcastic much, but silly comedy is not the best to me. So this is definitely what I would consider a comedy. Is it listed as a comedy? Let me see something. I'm gonna check because I don't want to talk about this movie and have it be like, okay, yeah, it's comedy adventure, great. So I watched this movie and I actually really enjoyed it. I enjoyed watching Ralph Fiennes do what he does. I'm not gonna go into the story, but again, it has to do with one of the wars. I then forgot if it was 2 or 1, but it's in the time of one of the wars. And it is a good film. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed how different it was. It was a comedy that wasn't slapstick comedy. It was comedy in an intelligent way, and dealing with, they were dealing with, what was it? There was some really, I don't want to say anything, but there were some really serious topics that were themed in the movie, but done in a silly way. And I really enjoyed it. And I enjoyed seeing Ralph Fiennes in this kind of film because I've only seen him in serious films. So this was something that I really enjoyed. Also, it being in the middle of this month where I was just really emotionally charged. As you can tell, there were a lot of emotionally charged, deep movies I watched. So having this one in the middle of it, it was able to take me out of that sadness, and I really got to laugh and really enjoyed the movie. So that was good about that. The next one I watched, New Jack City. Now, one of the things I've been told is I had my race card taken away because I haven't seen most of black movies. I haven't, because I'm sorry to say, I don't find most of them very interesting because they don't look good. They just don't look good. But because I'm trying to branch out and be less judgmental of the cover of what I think a movie is about, I'm going into this black cinema with a more open mind now, and I'm watching more of them. So I did watch, like I said, New Jack City. That movie was tough. It felt very old New York. And it was made up quite a long time ago, so it felt right for the time, for sure. I did enjoy seeing old New York and the old gangsters. It's weird because it's kind of nostalgic because I grew up in that in a way, not with gangsters, but I grew up in a time where that movie was really, really relevant and seemed very realistic. And having, what's his name? The guy from Blade's in it. Oh man, I wanted him to die so many times. And it was very good. It was very good. And I really enjoyed it. I'm not a fan of, you know what? I'm going to take back what I was about to say. I was about to say something, but it's not true. I was about to say I'm not a fan of violence. I love violent movies, but this kind of violence is different. But it was okay in the movie. I think it was a good movie. If you haven't seen it, you should watch it. The next one I watched was Reservoir Dogs. This movie, I mean, again, we're talking Quentin Tarantino, so it was weird because there wasn't really a beginning to end story to me. It's about a bank, a robbery gone wrong. And it is played out in a way that is interesting. It's the aftermath of it. You don't see the actual robbery, you see the aftermath. And I found it the movie was very interesting. Harvey Keitel, Tim Roth, I think is, in it. Steve Buscemi, because how can you not love Steve Buscemi? I think Michael Madsen. And I have forgotten the other people in it. But you have some really good actors in it. They all play different roles. And watching everything go down was, to me, actually kind of predictable, because I could see, like, okay, this is going to turn out bad. And it turned out bad. And it was just, it's just another Quentin Tarantino film where it's weird. There's no beginning to end. Most of his stories are not direct beginning to end. There's they're told out of sequence, which I have no issue with. I actually like it that way. But it just doesn't seem, again, what was the story? The story was what happened, I guess, after the robbery and what happened to the people. I guess that's the story. And so it was, it was Quentin Tarantino. Again, I didn't really connect to it because, whatever, I don't know. I didn't know enough about the characters to really care. So if they're dying or not, I really didn't care. The last one I watched was 12 Years a Slave. I just watched that last night. That was such a hard watch. I have to tell you, I don't like slavery movies. I don't, and I don't think if I were an actor, I could be in one. Because my ancestors went through a lot. The last thing I feel like I should be doing is pretending to be a slave. But that's just me. I understand telling the stories are important. It's just, roots was enough. But I have a couple of slave movies on here because I also have Django Unchained. I also have that on there. So maybe I'll watch that next, since I've got a slavery kick. Maybe I'll watch them all at the same time. But I know that's going to be different. This one was... like I said, hard to watch. The way they beat on Patsy. The way they beat on Patsy. Oh my gosh, the way they beat on Patsy. I wanted to cry so bad. I was like, no, I would rather die than be put through this. I would definitely, as a person who I am right now, I would rather be put to death, shot in the head, whatever, instead of be a slave. Because there's no way. There ain't no way. And I did find it interesting that Patsy there's another plantation that she goes to, and there's a woman there. I don't know if they're married. They're probably not married because it would have been illegal, but there's a black woman there that is in a relationship with a plantation owner who's a slave owner. So they basically, the slaves served her. And I'm like, I didn't even know they would allow that back in the day. It's based on a true story. So I'm thinking that was a unique situation. But it was so devastating. I mean, imagine today yourself being a free person, being able to go and do whatever you want, and then being tricked, kidnapped, and put into slavery somewhere. And I'm realizing now that's exactly what they did in Africa. But imagine that today. Imagine that today. You were taken, kidnapped, and put into slavery. Beaten when you didn't fulfill the requirements of what they wanted you to do on a regular basis. Solomon, who's the main character, got beaten all the time. But the way they beat Patsy. And the way that woman cried when they took her kids. My God, oh, I'm gonna cry again. I could not, because as a parent, I could not. I honestly, I swear, I think I would rather you kill me and my kids, but separate them and take them somewhere else to be slaves. And then never see them again? Absolutely not. I don't know if I couldn't do that. And I do agree, in the movie when the characters are talking to her, she wailed a little too long. I'm like, if you're gonna cry, learn in mixed company, cry silently. But she was wailing way too long, and I knew something was gonna happen to her. So I don't know what happened to her, but I know something happened to her. But yeah, that movie was a hard watch. And the reality is, movies about slavery should be a hard watch. I am actually looking forward to see Django Unchained now. Django? Did I just say that? I'm looking forward now to actually seeing Django Unchanged? Whatever. And I'm thinking, what happens in 2027 when I have no more movies to watch? Maybe I'll go to TV shows. Oh, I've tried to watch The Wire a couple times. I haven't been able to get through the first 5 episodes, but maybe I'll do that instead. Okay, so that's all I've got for today's video, guys. It was a long video for sure, but I wanted to get everything out there. Next month starts on Sunday, and we're moving into new things. I'm looking forward to spring coming, because it's the end of January and it snowed a lot. It's been really super cold, the coldest and snowiest winter we've had in very, very, very long time. Years, maybe even a decade, I'm not sure, but very, very cold and snowy. And I'm over it already. I was over it at the first time it snowed. So I'm looking forward to moving into spring. I'm looking forward to March. So if you stuck around this long, thank you so much. I appreciate you sitting in for the long haul. I wish you all the best. Have a wonderful weekend, and I will catch you next time. Subscribe, like, move on. Peace out.